So Tomi Lahren, or Tomi Lahren, my bad, she went on Fox News to talk about this fake attack on Christianity. Check it out, and let's come back and talk about it.
Following this story, we wanted to have you on to get your opinion about it. What do you think about Joy Behar mocking the vice president for his Christian faith?
Well, who is she to judge how often our vice president should speak to his Lord and Savior? Who is she to mock anyone for their faith? These people are really, really amazing to me because they preach day in and day out about tolerance and love for everyone except conservative Christians. And then they can mock you and it's funny and you're something that they can use for their jokes around the table and they can all cackle about it. It's really disgusting, not surprising, but disgusting.
If you want Joy Behar to be quiet, just say that maybe someone is speaking to Allah and Allah talks back. She would not be mocking that.
No, of course not. And that's exactly the thing with these ladies, is that in the next segment, they'll probably talk about how horrible our president and our vice president is. But in the segment prior to that, they mock Christians. Again, they live in a world where men can be women, women can be men. But if you're a conservative Christian, you have a mental illness. There's something wrong with the women at that table, for sure.
You know, I just felt sorry for her. As a Christian, obviously, she doesn't know Christ. She doesn't know the joy and the love that he provides to so many people. And so it just made me feel sorry for her.
I think she's Jewish, isn't she?
And Meghan McCain said Jesus speaks to her every morning. So you got both sides of it.
You know, I want to give some props to Joy Behar for saying what she said because I thought that it was really good. I thought that she was completely right. The idea that in 2018 people can still say that Jesus or God is telling you stuff and not be in a mental hospital is truly remarkable to me because clearly if you're hearing voices, that means that you are mentally ill. That is not something that is normal. You should not be having that. But, you know, there's a whole another level to this because they're not criticizing even some, random Joe on the street for doing that, but somebody who's an elected official, who's the vice president of the United States of America, who definitely, by a lot of means, has a lot of power, a lot of influence. And this guy says that he's listening to Jesus. He says what Jesus tells him to say. And that's something that is very scary because, again, that's something that should land you in a mental hospital, not someone who is, vastly popular among a group of people. That's something that's really stupid. And I also have concerns about talking to, saying that you're talking to God because I think that that's stupid too. I think it's the same thing almost pretty much. And when she talks about tolerance, you can't tolerate intolerance. So when your religion starts coming in and you are pushing things that are intolerant, like, being intolerant of gay marriage and other things like that, you can't tolerate that. So you can't tolerate things that are intolerant. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. It's stupid. So, and this is the funniest part about this is Tomi Lahren, she constantly preaches that, the left are victim complex. They're making victim complexes. She just had a tweet that said, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. That applies to this literally exactly. She's super offended. They're not even making fun of the Christian faith. What they're making fun of is we have an elected official who's literally the vice president of the strongest country in the world, the most influential and strongest country in the world, who says that he says things that Jesus tells him. That's fucking scary, and if you don't think so, you're stupid, you're making up shit. No one's making fun of Christian faith, even though I think they should. Just such a, again, like I said in my last video about this moron, like, she's just the bottom of the barrel. It's just fucking complete. It is like when you go to look at, like, what she says, it's basically just a mine, like, a gold mine of turds. Because what she says, like, whenever she speaks, shit just, forms. It's fucking horrific.